What if I told you that the way you're warming up before your runs might actually be making you slower or even raising your risk of injury? Science has uncovered some surprising truths about warm-ups, and today we'll break down what works, what doesn't, and the best way to prepare your body to run strong. Hi, I'm Ralph, the Ageless Runner. I'm all about helping you run smarter, go longer, and stay ageless. Thank you for being here today. Now, the purpose of warm-up is very simple. Increase blood flow, prepare those muscles and joints, and reduce injury risk. A good warm-up literally changes the physiology of your muscles, increasing oxygen delivery, priming the nervous system, and raising tissue temperature. For years, the advice was any warm-up is better than none. But newer studies showed the type of warm-up you choose can make a big difference, for better or worse. One of the worst things you can do, and I know some runners still do that, is static stretching. And static stretching means holding a muscle in a long stretch, like touching your toes, for a long time, say a minute. It feels good, but here's the problem. Research shows it can reduce muscle strength, power, and running economy when done right before exercise. In fact, in runners, prolonged static stretching has been shown to decrease performance, making muscles less responsive when you need them most. It's like starting your run with the brakes slightly on. Your stride feels a little flatter, and your explosiveness is reduced. On the other hand, dynamic stretching is different. Instead of holding a stretch, you move through a controlled range of motion, like leg swings, skipping, or high knees. So you may say, for example, you're swinging your legs back and forth or side to side. You're moving your legs through a range of motion, stretching your muscles, but not holding a long stretch. These movements increase circulation, elevate your heart rate, and activate the exact muscles you'll be using when you run. And research shows this type of warm-up improves oxygen use, increases blood flow, and actually enhances running economy and endurance. One study even found that recreational runners who use dynamic stretching had significantly better endurance and ran longer before fatigue set in. That means the right warm-up doesn't just make you feel better. It can actually help you perform better mile after mile. So a little personal anecdote here. I was one of those runners who always did static stretching before a run, early in my running life. And one day I decided to do a trail run and got to the trailhead. It was wintertime, it was cold, but I felt like I really needed to stretch my calves. And I did that, I stretched my calves. And when you stretch your calves, you also kind of stretch the muscle on the bottom of your foot. They just kind of stretch naturally together. So I took off, did my trail run. About 2/3 of the way through, I felt sharp, intense pain in the bottom of my foot. And what it turned out, I tore the plantar fascia muscle. And I honestly believe it was doing that long static stretch right before that run that caused that. That was the last I did static stretches, and I only do dynamic stretching now. Now, there is a little important nuance we want to talk about. Some studies suggest that short static stretches, less than a minute per muscle, when paired with dynamic warm-ups, doesn't hurt performance and may even improve range of motion. This could be useful if you're a runner with tight hip flexors, calves, or hamstrings. Said another way, if you got a tight hamstring, you might stretch it statically before you run, but after you stretch it, then do something dynamic. Do some leg swings or some squats or skipping, something like that. So the bottom line is static stretching isn't evil. It just needs the right timing and dose. Save those long, deep holds for post-run stretching, separate mobility sessions, and keep the pre-run stretching short and always followed by dynamic movement. Now, there's another hidden danger in our warm-ups, and that's over-warming up. If your routine is too long or too intense, you're using up energy before your run even starts. A warm-up should activate, not exhaust you. I've seen runners do elaborate drills, spend 15, 20 minutes doing warm-up drills before an easy 5K. By the time they hit the road, they're already tired. Science shows that the most effective warm-ups are short, sharp, and intentional. So here's what research suggests works best for warm-ups. Do 3 to 5 minutes of light jogging or brisk walking. Before you start your run, just real light jogging or brisk walking or even skipping works very well. Or before you run, do dynamic drills like swinging your legs, doing high knees or butt kicks, do some squats. And if you're going to be doing some fast running, think about adding a few short strides in your warm-up. And then most importantly, keep the whole thing under 10 minutes. Don't overdo it. Think of this as turning the ignition key. You want the engine warm and ready, not overheated before you even hit the road. So is your warm-up hurting you? If you're still doing long static stretches before every run, yes, it probably is. But with a short dynamic routine, your warm-up becomes a performance booster instead of a limiter. Remember, the right warm-up wakes up your body, improves efficiency, and keeps you ageless on the run. Again, I'm Ralph, the Ageless Runner. If you enjoyed this video, please scroll down and hit that like icon. And I'd love to have you stick around and become a subscriber also. And remember, run smarter, go longer, stay ageless.